The background to the Parsha is that the Moabites, after having failed to put a curse on the Jewish people, now set about trapping them to commit sexual sins. And they enticed the Jewish people, many of the Jewish people, many men, into their camps with the promise of free prostitution. Terrible sin. What then happened was that a plague broke out. A plague broke out as a response to Hashem's anger for the Jewish people losing their holy status and falling to such depravity. A terrible plague broke out. And the one who saved us from the plague, the one who stopped the plague, was at the height of the indecency, of the depravity, the height of the Moabite success, we could say, was when the prince, the leader of the entire tribe of Shimon, went and took a princess, a Moabite princess. He brought her into the heart of the camp. He went right up to Moshe Rabbeinu and confronted Moshe Rabbeinu with this Moabite princess, and then defied Moshe Rabbeinu by leading her into his tent to commit an adulterous act. And the plague was stopped. However, the plague was stopped by the hero of the Parsha. The hero of the Parsha is Pinchas. What did he do? He went into the tent at tremendous risk to himself. He went into the tent of Zimri, who was the leader of the tribe of Shimon, and with a spear he managed to spear both Zimri and the woman Cosby, both with a single thrust of the spear. Many miracles happened to make that all possible, but he was able to thrust his spear through him and through her while they were in the middle of the sexual act. And that was the victory. The victory was that's what stopped the plague. Many thousands of Jews had died, but it stopped Hashem from destroying the entire Jewish people. That's what would have happened had Pinchas not done what he did. He saved the Jewish people at this moment, and he stopped the plague by killing Zimri and by killing Cosby. The greatness of Pinchas, we have to realize, the Alter of Kelm explains, the greatness of Pinchas was that he faced tremendous fear. Firstly, the man he was planning to kill was one of the main leaders of the Jewish people. And the woman also was she was a princess. She was she was a daughter of one of the kings of Moab. Two very important people. Over and above this, just going into the camp of Shimon, into the midst of the camp of Shimon, and killing the leader, the tribe leader of the tribe of Shimon, was itself very dangerous. So there was tremendous fear. The Torah makes a point of emphasizing how important the people were that he killed. So we understand that it was a tremendous fear. But at the same time, he knew the truth. He knew what the action that was that he needed to take. An amazing thing, Hashem actually made it that no one else could remember what needed to be done in this situation. Nobody remembered until Pinchas himself understood. He understood what action he was required to take. He was the one who understood it. He alone understood it. And this was his test, this was his special test, his special challenge. Will he overcome this fear to do that which is right? And he did. He acted with tremendous strength, with tremendous focus. He was able to overcome this fear. He conquered this fear, and he went steadily forward and did what he needed to do. The message for us also is that there are situations when we know there's a right thing that we have to do, and at the same time, we're afraid to do it. We know that it's not reckless to do such an act, but nevertheless, we're afraid of certain consequences. And we have to know that if this is a situation we're thrust into, where it's a question of doing what's right, even though we're a little bit scared to do it, we're scared about public opinion, we're scared about what people will say about us, but we know it's the right thing to do. We have to take the message from Pinchas that to do the right thing trumps all other options. We have to move to do that which is right, despite the fear that we harbor. And in that, we will merit to do the will of Hashem and to bring great goodness and great peace and great success to the Jewish people.